Gabrielle, she was going to close out by saying that she wouldn't be loyal if it weren't for me having such an enormous unit.
That's exactly why. And now you know.
All right, play with matches. We're back. Gabrielle has no idea why we're up here.
Shocker.
She doesn't even know what we're going to talk about in this video.
He was inspired and said,
on the way home from dinner,
studio.
I was like, you know what? I've been meaning to tell her this for a really long time.
Uh-oh.
And I think we should just capture it on video. Baby, you know, I love you more than anything. Mm-hmm. I'm gay. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, no, I was thinking about something on the way home, and I had this like really profound thought specifically about something that we end up talking about all the time on the internet, which is the DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion stuff in media. Okay. So today I did this video about Ryan Garcia, and he went on this racist tirade, and like he talked about, Floyd.
Dropped a lot of N-bombs.
Dropped some N-bombs. Talked about Floyd, and then said F all Muslims and all this crazy stuff.
He went hard. Okay.
He has subsequently apologized, and he's going to rehab, he says. But
interesting. Okay.
I mean, that's probably not a bad call.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so I was just thinking about that because I was in conversations with people throughout dinner, like people who had responded. Anytime you talk about that kind of stuff, regardless of how well intentioned and kind of, it's like if you're going to say something that is going to make people mad, I will give them something so that I'm going to say that, so they're like, okay, they can't pigeonhole you into like whatever. So they're like, oh, this guy's making good points. Anyway, but no matter what, you're always going to get people in the comments that get all bent out of shape, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was on that topic in my mind, and I started thinking about how the type of people who get overly emotional about this stuff. And then I was thinking about Hollywood in general. Okay. And I realized that like the concept of DEI in media, right, is the way they see it is they're like, if you look at all the old movies, it is literally
all white people.
Yeah. And it's like, it is ridiculous that there's, it's just ridiculous. Like where's everyone else? Where's everybody else? Right. And it's not just white. They're also like, there's no gay representation. Like, where do gays go to watch movies about themselves? Yeah. Whatever. So like, that's why when these films and TV shows do so poorly, they just won't change it because they're like, this is bigger than us. Like, we're trying to change the paradigm. That's what they believe.
100%.
Here's the issue, though.
Just one?
This is where I was going.
Okay.
The issue is that in the event that you have smart people who genuinely empathize with the people and who have real talent, right? They will be able to successfully implement DEI in a way that really lands, right? Like,
right.
If it's like, what's the point that you guys are trying to make? It's like the struggle of black people in the inner city is XYZ, and this is why you shouldn't be judging them based on this, and this.
Yes.
And so, if it were me, I would tell a story about a character that you align with who is in a situation like that. And I would be thinking about it from the perspective of all the viewers. So I would have him be really close buddies with like a white dude, And so you already set the tone. You're like, this is not one of those things where we're attacking anyone or whatever. This is just like, this is this guy's story. And you just get people to think. It's like, there's always... That's like one of those things that's a cheat code to take away that idea that there's this adversarial thing where it's just like, this is just what it is. Because it is that in many cases.
100%.
Yeah. The problem is that the people who are in Hollywood have no fucking talent, and they also do not actually empathize with these people. And what they're doing is virtue signaling as much as they're doing anything else. They also are combative and victim like culture there of themselves. So like these women who get into them and they're like, okay, you know what? It's girl power time. Okay. Like we've had it with the boys. We've had it with the whatever. And so, like, yeah, I don't
when
think
you
that
do
we want,
girls.
I don't think we want the girls wearing skimpy clothing. Like, we're not doing this to, like, please men, you know? And so, like, the tone, think about that. Like, I really want to bring some attention to a serious fucking issue about black on black crime. Let's tell a story about someone they get aligned with, you know? And I'm like, and let's think about the audience and how they're going to interpret this to make them really align with the story. And then they're like, it's our turn. It's fucking our turn. Oh, you don't like when we put gays in it? Oh, well, look at this. How about a little non-binary? Straight up your ass, you racist. You know what I mean? And it's like,
It does feel that way.
It
It's
is that
injected
way.
just to inject it. There's no meaningful story behind it. There's no thought provoking. It's like they're checking boxes off of like, oh, it's included. We put gay characters in there.
they're dumb.
And the stories aren't even good. It doesn't make sense.
The people are dumb.
The people who create it,
They're dumb.
Right.
Like, they're dumb people.
Yeah.
The best fucking piece of media that I have seen in the last 12 to 24 months is Blue-Eyed Samurai. That's not even remotely
Like anime.
crazy. It's animated. It's not anime. It's not animated. Or it's not anime.
Definitely anime.
No, it is not. But like, it's like one of those shows that is animated, and the benefit to that is that they were able to create these visuals that like would have cost fucking 300 million more, actually, because it's a series. It was
Right.
if they actually filmed what's in this show, it would have cost $500 million. And the guy who wrote it is the dude who did Blade Runner 2049. Incredible movie. Super, super layered depth to like the story. He has
Have
to.
I seen that?
I think so. It's Ryan Gosling, and he's the. I mean, he humanizes a fucking android, like to where you are super aligned with like this android. And Blue-Eyed Samurai is literally about a girl who wants to be a warrior, who's
she's a
half
girl.
white, and she has to pretend to be a man.
Like full Japanese dude.
Like, she has to pretend to be, exactly. No, they all know she's half white.
Okay.
But she has to pretend to be a dude because you can't be a samurai if you're a girl.
Right.
So it's this like feudalist, like, put women in the box, you can't, hey, this is not for the girls, motherfucker. It's not for the girls. Like, if you just see what this show is on page, and then she's hunting all the white guys in the country because she wants to make sure she murders her dad. Who is an absolute tyrant. So what do you got? You got the bad guy's a white guy. You got I mean, she's actually straight, like she likes dudes, but like you got some trans
Super
shit in
feminist,
there, right?
yeah.
You have on the other side of the coin, the other hero from the show is the princess of the thing, and the whole time is like bind her feet, paint her teeth, like
That's so crazy.
and it's like it's all about how she has no power because she's a woman, whatever. It is, if you looked and checked those boxes, you would be like, this is the wokest show ever. Except it's the best show ever because
It's done well.
the story's incredible. And I can't stress this enough. It is not woke at all. That's my point.
Right.
It's
just
not woke at all.
It's a realistic presentation of what it was.
It's not realistic. She
Right.
she kills 100 billion people in this fucking show. And you see, this show is not for kids. I cannot stress. This is the least
not
animated.
not an anime series.
Dude,
for kids.
they have so much sex in it. It's crazy. Dude, they have a fucking prostitute.
I've only seen like bits and pieces of it. It's
have you seen the
gnarly.
part where the white dude is in the whorehouse and and he's into one of them wearing one of those like Japanese masks with a super long nose and and she fucks his ass with it?
No, I haven't seen that part.
It's gnarly, dude.
Yeah, I'm good
But
at that
like,
show.
Like I said, even
you're
when I
right.
say this stuff out loud, it sounds like something that was done by Disney to like insult. And it's like, that's not how it is at all. It is literally the best show I've seen in forever. Every single person that I've gotten to watch it.
He was obsessed with it.
Every person that I've gotten to watch it has either called me, text me, whatever, to be like, holy shit, thank you for telling me about this show. I'm like, I told you, dude.
There you have it. Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Blue-Eyed Samurai. The point, though, is that Hollywood people are retarded, and that's why these DEI movies suck. Not because
It's just
you
the
couldn't
stories
do it.
aren't good.
Yeah, because they're dumbasses.
Because they're literally, like I said earlier, just checking boxes, including things to include them with no actual storyline or feeling or meaning behind any of it. Like we've all watched shows where there's strong female leads and, you know, there's trans stuff and like there's gay stuff. Like nobody cares as long as it makes great sense in the story. But like to include it just to include it, it's insulting, kind of.
It's embarrassing.
It's like demeaning to the viewer. Like you must take in this.
You
content.
must accept this. The hero is gay. The hero's always gay. They're like, tell me a recent big show that has no homosexuality. Like I'm talking like, you know, certain like brands, you know, like FX, you know, Hulu, HBO, every single show. It's like, dude.
Has the House of the Dragon? I mean, obviously there's like parts of it, but it's not.
House of the Dragon made Targaryens black. There's now black Targaryens in House of the Dragon. But the show is so fucking good that it doesn't matter. You know?
It's really good.
That's another example.
I'm trying to think.
They're like, let's make this one about the ladies, but it's so good that who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
It's really good.
It's
really good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Dude. But
no, you're right though. It just, and that's what it is. It's insulting to the viewers. There's no thought behind it. There's no real reason to have it in there other than we're putting it in here because we have to put it in here.
No, we're putting it in there because we are the good enlightened ones. You guys that don't like it are the scum rednecks. And it's like, you know, okay, so this is a perfect kind of segue or like, you know, thing to connect this. So I was watching this documentary that Patrick Avia did about Conor McGregor the other day, the one that I cried watching. Yeah. And he shows this clip of Conor where he's talking about why he is so good at mental warfare. And he said that he knows who he is. And he said to know yourself is to know others. And that's 100% accurate. Like I always tell you, like I could pick up, you know, like ways people carry their faces is kind of how I know it. But more than that is I assume that people are very similar. And it's like, how would I feel in that situation?
Yeah.
I know exactly how it feels. So that's probably how I feel.
Empathy.
And I know myself. These people are empty fucking vessels. Like there's nothing to them, dude. Like the people that are working on I always come back to Star Wars now because Star Wars is the ultimate example of taking something beautiful and just destroying it with your DEI bullshit. Like I look at fucking Leslie Headland, the one that is like the showrunner. She is an empty suit. When she was with Harvey Weinstein, she looks like a completely different person. Like who she is this chameleon weirdo wearing different disguises. She has no idea who she is.
She's supposed to do at that time. Yeah.
She has no idea who she is.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand people. If you don't know yourself and you don't understand people, does it feel better to be like a leaf floating in the air or to tell yourself that you are this noble fucking, you know, freedom fighter that's going to change the world? It's like, this shit is just a fucking mask that they wear to lie to themselves and tell themselves that they're like awesome, good people. You're not. You're fucking garbage.
Wow.
So that's on the way home. That's what I was thinking about.
That's all was happening in your brain on the way home. Okay.
I was like, I got to put that on wax, yo.
Whew.
What do you have? I mean, geez, I just talked for 10 minutes. What do you have thoughts on that?
I don't have a lot to argue with on that. I mean, what I was saying, like it just feels like it's stuck in there to be stuck in there. There's no real storyline behind it. And like, I get it, right? Like I get it. People deserve to feel represented and seen. And everyone's for that. No one's against that. But when it's in every single show, and I think we covered this in another video too, like it is a small minority of the population. We're talking like trans, gay, LGBTQ, you know, community.
Q is not a thing, but yep.
It's not?
It means queer or something.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever. It's a smaller subset of our community as a whole, right? And the representation that we're seeing on social media, because people are feeling like they have to put it in everything, is so much stronger and higher and bigger than the actual prevalence in society that
it starts to just feel like,
what are
you doing?
It feels cheap.
Yeah.
Like,
feels cheap. And where like it shouldn't, like it shouldn't bother me.
And it doesn't.
And it wouldn't normally.
It does, exactly.
It's like another one.
Yeah.
Because then it's so obvious what you're trying to do. It's like, dude, just tell me a story for fuck's sake. Not to mention, you know what would be cool every once in a while is maybe a family that's intact with parents that love each other
Disney
and
started
kids that they would protect with their life, like represents my life. It's fucking ridiculous. You know what's funny?
The kids are watching Full House reruns again. Obviously, the mom isn't there, but it's so refreshing to see just like, I get now it's considered old school, like
That's
family
crazy.
values. And just watching that, I'm like, what on earth happened to television?
It's utterly insane.
Like the kids shows today compared to like what we grew up watching,
Where are the families? Where are the fucking intact parents that genuinely love their children and don't have some kind of weird situation that promotes sex with random dudes to the girls and dudes to be whatever? Listen, check this out. That's what I was about to say is like, so in the comment section so one of the things Ryan Garcia said in his tirade, which was not important to him getting banned, but I popped it on, and the first thing that I heard him say when I scratched across the like timeline, just go somewhere random, is he's like, listen, man, hey, check it, man. I'll tell you right now, I've never met a girl that's loyal, man. And I've met like 30,000 girls.
Oh.
He's like, I've been around the world, man, like signings and this. I met 30,000 girls. I never met a single girl that's loyal. I'm like, hey, you know all 30,000 girls you met at signings well enough to just be like, they're not loyal? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so I said, that's dumb to say.
Yes,
like that as a generalization.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying, I don't even know. I'm not talking percentages. I know there are lots of girls that will better deal their guy in 1 second, and they're gold digging trash, and they're like not loyal people. But like,
none.
What percentage of those are there? And zero.
Yeah.
And I just responded to somebody with that, and he's all, girls are not loyal, bro. You're delusional. I'm like, oh, is that right? And I was like,
it sounds like trauma.
Like me saying, if you say girls are never loyal is just as stupid as me being like, every girl is totally loyal. Those are those are equally retarded statements, you know?
Yes.
It's like, and I'm like, you're telling me that girls aren't loyal? I've been married to her for 15 fucking years. You have any idea the shit that we've gone through that she stood by me fucking blindly through? You tell me girls aren't loyal. You stupid, ignorant fuck. Maybe they're not loyal to you because you don't deserve it. Like, why would a girl be
maybe
loyal?
There's a different common denominator here.
What?
I said maybe there's a different common denominator here. Maybe it's not the girls.
I mean, there are plenty. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. Culture is making girls not loyal, for sure. Just exactly the way that we were just talking about.
Well, it's being so highlighted and praised. Like, you don't need a man. You like...
It's a joke. Yeah, you do.
Do you like need one? Need is strong for me, but is life so much better and better for the children when you have a mom and a dad in a home together raising them?
No.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Everyone would be better off with a partner that is loyal and compliments them.
Yes.
Like, bottom line. Can you do life alone? Of course, dude.
Yeah. So it's saying if
I wasn't with you, I could be single, making videos and slaying so much pussy it would be fucking ridiculous. Of course I could do that. But I'm a self-destructive fucking train wreck. Like, I am a better...
You do need me.
And you need me. I straight up took this little broken girl without a dad.
I was not broken.
And
Rude.
I put her together. Okay? I fixed her. She fixed me. I fixed her. Better off together. Okay. I checked all of her fucking G chats for 2 to 3 years during the formative
psycho.
Because I don't trust
you don't
people
trust anybody and
blindly. I'm sure as hell not going to trust a girl I'm potentially going to spend my life with without knowing for sure what she would do in response to dude tempts her. Mm-hmm. And I saw fucking 3 years.
Saw it.
Every single message. Dude, in 17 plus years, I have never once seen a single thing that made me even a little bit suspicious of what your intentions were. Ever. And I've checked fucking everything. Nobody is smart or sneaky enough to be able to deal with the fucking level of scrutiny that I put her under. Every time that I would do that, I would come out of it embarrassed. Like, I would be like, like something that where I'm like, ooh, I need to check that later. And I would check and fucking clean every single time. I am wired to suspect everyone. I never check her shit now, ever. So go ahead, shoot her a DM, dude. I won't see it. At a certain point after a fucking certain number of years, it's like, okay, fuck, dude. Like, this is...
I'm just wasting my time
This
now.
was going to happen if it was going to happen by now, and nothing, not one thing. So don't tell me girls aren't loyal.
Strong feelings
you
today.
Stupid. Anyway, so Gabrielle, she was going to close out by saying that she wouldn't be loyal if it weren't for me having such an enormous unit.
That's exactly why. And now you know.
If he didn't know exactly how to shake my legs up, I would probably have found someone who did.
I can't. Well, I'm glad you got your feelings out. Do you feel better now?
I do.
Good. Okay.
I do.
Let's go put our kids to bed.
Then peace.
See you next time.